It sounds harmless. A few clicks, a small payment today, the rest later. BNPL, short for Buy Now, Pay Later, is everywhere now. From your favorite clothing stores to tech shops to your grocery checkout, it promises flexibility, no interest, no stress. But behind the friendly name is a system that's quietly reshaping how you think about money and how fast you part with it. You're not spending $120, you're spending $30 4 times. And that feels better until the payments stack up, until you forget how many things you only paid $30 for. BNPL doesn't wait for your savings. It doesn't check your long-term plan. It just asks, can you afford the first payment? And in the moment, you almost always can. That's the trap. Because BNPL isn't designed to help you afford more. It's designed to make you spend faster. And once it's built into your routine, you're not shopping with money anymore. You're shopping with fragments of future debt. This is episode 4 of The Consumer Trap. And today we're exposing how buy now, pay later systems bypass your defenses, target your emotions, and slowly chip away at your financial stability. And by the end of this episode, you'll understand why the purchase you barely felt might be the one that hurts the most. How BNPL bypasses your budget. A budget is supposed to be a boundary, a simple system that says, this is what I have, this is what I can spend. But buy now, pay later doesn't ask for your budget. It doesn't ask if you've saved. It doesn't even ask if you're ready. It just asks one question. Can you handle a little right now? And here's the trick. When the full price disappears, so does your resistance. You don't think of it as a $200 jacket. You think of it as $50 today. And $50 doesn't feel like debt. It feels doable. That's how BNPL bypasses your logic. It replaces full cost thinking with fragment thinking, small, manageable, harmless. But your budget isn't built for fragments. It's built for totals. And while you're tracking your grocery run or your rent, those just 4 easy payments slip through the cracks. And before you know it, you're not managing money. You're managing mini debts, scattered across weeks, stacked across platforms, each one pulling from your account on their own schedule. You didn't break your budget. The system just walked around it. But if BNPL distorts how you see prices, what does it do to how you feel about shopping itself? In the next section, we'll explore how buy now, pay later taps into your emotions and turns shopping into a form of escape that feels easy but adds up fast. The emotional pull of easy payments. You weren't planning to shop, but you had a rough day. You were tired, overwhelmed, lonely. Then you saw it, a new pair of shoes, a gadget, something small, something nice, and just beneath it, only $32 today with buy now, pay later. In that moment, it doesn't feel like spending. It feels like soothing, like permission, like a way to feel good without the guilt. BNPL doesn't just offer affordability, it offers escape. And that's what makes it so powerful. Because when emotions run high, financial reasoning runs low. Stress makes you crave comfort. Boredom makes you seek stimulation. Loneliness makes you want connection, even if it's through a package at the door. Buy now, pay later. Systems are designed to meet you at that emotional edge. No credit check, no waiting period, no second thoughts. Just click, and it's yours. But what starts as relief can quietly turn into a routine. You don't even realize it's happening until your inbox is filled with payment reminders for things you barely remember buying. And yet, your brain still associates it with pleasure, with reward, with control. But here's the catch. Buy now, pay later isn't free money. And in the next section, we'll reveal how these services make their profits, not just from what you buy, but from what you forget. How BNPL really makes money. They advertise it like a gift. No fees, no interest, just 4 simple payments. But buy now, pay later isn't a charity, it's a business and it's booming. So the question is, how do they make money if you're not paying more? There are 3 answers, and they're all hidden in plain sight. 1. Merchant fees. Every time you use BNPL, the store pays a cut, sometimes up to 6% of the transaction, more than a credit card. Why do stores agree? Because BNPL users spend more. Impulse buys go up. Average cart sizes jump. It's worth the cost because you're spending more than you meant to. 2. Late fees. Miss a payment, suddenly that interest-free deal isn't so friendly. BNPL companies make millions from late fees, not huge ones, just enough to seem manageable, just enough to make you keep going so they can charge another. 3rd, data monetization. Your purchase history, your spending habits, your pain points. BNPL companies don't just track your transactions, they learn from them. They sell insights to retailers. They refine their algorithms to know exactly when you're most likely to buy. You are the product. Your patterns are profit. And the longer you stay in the system, the more predictable you become. Because here's what they won't tell you. Even if you never miss a payment, even if you always pay on time, BNPL still wins. Because you're spending more often, not more wisely. So how do you break the cycle without giving up every convenience in your life? In the next section, we'll give you the tools to use BNPL with intention, or walk away from it altogether. How to use BNPL without getting trapped. Let's be clear, BNPL isn't evil, it's a tool. But like any tool, it can be used wisely, or it can be used against you. The difference? Awareness, boundaries, strategy. Here's how to stay in control without getting caught. 1. Treat BNPL like credit, not cash. If you wouldn't charge it to a credit card, don't split it into payments. Just because it feels smaller doesn't mean it's cheaper. Set a BNPL budget cap. Decide how many active payment plans you're allowed. 2, 3, 0. Stick to it, because when the payments overlap, they compound. 3. Sleep on it always. No instant purchases, no midnight clicks. If it can't wait 24 hours, it probably isn't worth it. 4. Use alerts, not autopilot. Track every plan with calendar reminders or budgeting apps. BNPL relies on forgetfulness. Fight back with visibility. 5. Be ready to walk away. Just because it's only $20 now doesn't mean you need it. You don't owe anyone a purchase, not even a discounted one. The truth is, BNPL is a convenience that comes with risk. And when something makes it easier to buy, it also makes it harder to stop. But when you see the system clearly, you take back the power. Because financial freedom doesn't come from avoiding every option. It comes from recognizing which ones are steering you and learning how to steer back. In the final section, we'll tie it all together and show you what BNPL is really doing to your long-term habits and your relationship with money itself. It started with a simple offer, buy now, pay later. But behind the soft language and split payments was a system designed to disconnect you from the weight of spending. A system that made the total vanish and replaced it with fragments. Comfortable, casual, forgettable. Buy now, pay later wasn't about making life easier. It was about making spending feel easier, so you do more of it. And it worked. It blurred the lines between need and want, between cost and convenience, between today's impulse and tomorrow's regret. You're not bad with money. You're just living in an economy built to bypass your defenses. But now, you've seen the system. And once you see it, you can resist it. You can pause, reflect, choose, not because you're scared of debt, but because you're finally aware of what it's really costing you. In our next episode, we're diving into the gamification of finance, how spending apps, investing platforms, and even your budgeting tools are designed to feel like games, and why that playful design is anything but harmless. Because the more fun it feels to spend, the more likely you are to lose. This is EconoFocus, the economics they don't teach you, but that shape your life. If this opened your eyes, subscribe now, because every week we're pulling back the curtain, one financial illusion at a time.